Lake Lanier's dark, disturbing history. Okay, Lake Lanier's story involves greed, involves racism, and involves the need for water. So it's a bad combination either way you look at it. All right, the story starts back in the 20th century, the early 1900s, where Lake Lanier is. It was basically a few towns that were in there in northeast Georgia, about 50 miles northeast of downtown Atlanta. And what happened is that in Forsyth County, first of all, you had a lot of whites that were resentful of the black communities. So they were trying to push a lot of the blacks out. On top of that, you also had a white woman that was raped, and they accused four black men, young black men, of being the ones who did it. They got found guilty. It's believed today that all four men were innocent. However, they were found guilty quickly and executed. So very bad history there. And what happened on top of that was that you also had a lot of the people that wanted the farmland for the black farmers in the area. So they're trying to push a lot of the blacks out on top of that. Now, by the 1940s, they're recognizing Atlanta's growing and it's getting bigger. They need water. So what's happening is that now they're making decisions that affect a lot of the people. Now, where Lake Lanier is, they decided to dam it up. And they created what's called Buford Dam. Now, while they were doing that, they also had to take eminent domain for some of the towns in the area, really small towns. One of those towns was named Oscarville, which was predominantly black, but there was also a lot of whites there also. They took eminent domain. So what happened was now they had 50,000 acres of farmland that was available on top of that, but they also had to clear people out of some of the other small villages in the area. So while they were doing that, they have to start flooding the area. Unfortunately, what they discovered was it was also too expensive. Besides the cost of damming it up and flooding it, it wasn't just simply for Atlanta's water supply. It was also because there was a couple of rivers in the area. They needed it for flood control if they ever started cresting and getting too high. So what happened was they realized it was too expensive to destroy all these towns. So what happened was, instead of knocking over a lot of the buildings and things like that, they left this one town, Oscarville. They left the buildings standing. They left the homes intact. And what happened was they ended up doing that. And because of it, it made Lake Lanier dangerous because of all the cemeteries and all the other stuff that they didn't do anything about. Like and subscribe. Fair winds and following season.